As we know, other parts of the country are affected as well, and I'd like to bring in our colleague Pulele Chwidi-Jones, who's in the northwest. Pule, thank you so much for joining us. So you're in the northwest, and we know that there's been concern with the Vaal Dam opening up its sluice gates. A number of dams have had to release water. There's been warnings about evacuation and flooding. Tell us where you are and what's the latest from local government.
Well, afternoon, Sally, and where we are right now is in Bloemhof, not far away from the Vaal Dam River in the northwest, though. And we do understand that this town is known for its agricultural activities and, of course, fishery activities that take place in this area. But what happened here over the past couple of days is devastating. What I'm about to show you is what the heavy floods have caused here due to the rainfall that is taking place. Just right there at the far end, as you can see, is a structure there of a house that has actually, been destroyed by some of the heavy rainfall. And as it is right now, the water has wormed its way inside, destroying assets. But adjacent to that is, of course, my colleague Mohamed Situki will show you, when panning on the far right-hand side from that building, are some of the guest houses and, of course, lodges that have also been severely destroyed. And we spoke to some of the business owners early on, and they have had to now evacuate. They were warned about a couple of weeks earlier, and the evacuation activities only started happening about 2 days ago, and they've now had to store some of their assets at a nearby town in this area, of course, just kilometers away from here. Now, the MEC for Kokta, Lina Micha, says this could cost just about close to 200 million. That's how much it's going to cost the local government to actually try and repair and ensure that everything can go back to normalcy. And they're now quite wondering as to where will they now get that fund. That's a question that they now have to answer. But for residents here, they're quite concerned as to what's going to happen next. As where I'm standing right now, it's actually the clouds are beginning to close again, and it could rain. Now, just a bit of history, Sally. This happened, the last time this happened was, of course, in 2011 and 2010. Before that again happened in 1997. And now it's in 2022. So residents have been calling for the local government to actually try and ensure that they can resolve the issue of other problems, which is, of course, drainage systems here. But I just want you to listen to what the MEC for Kokta had to say earlier on when we spoke to her regarding this disaster.
The one that we're seeing here, I can confirm that it goes towards close to 200 million rand. It's close to 200 million rand, and we then will be making it part of the plan on whether we will be able to fund that. If we have to fund that, where are we going to get funds, and then we'll then communicate to the nation and together with the affected people on what is it that we think then government can help them in regard to the cost relating to this.
Pule, the 200 million rand she mentions, is that estimated damage due to the high waters?
Definitely, that's estimated damage due to the high waters, and they're quite concerned that if it does continue to rain, this amount could actually escalate. Now, the mayor of this area here says that they've now had to activate a task team called JOC, which of course will consist of various stakeholders from the Department of Arts and Agriculture, the Department of Fisheries, as well as other industries as well in this province here, as to how they can try and assess the situation, not only in Bloemhof, but across the province. So when you look at the scale of the damage across the province, 17 municipalities have been affected, with around 700 households that have been also affected by the floods. And when you scale it down to Bloemhof, about 65 properties have been damaged here. And of course, this means that the local government now has to come to the ground and hit the call in terms of ensuring that they can resolve this issue. We spoke to authorities early on, and we just wanted to take a listen as to what they had to say about this matter.
Must indicate that people have been moved. Business people are currently occupying the guest lodges around town. But as the department, we must indicate that we are working together with the municipality and the district municipality to ensure that we guard against whatever the situation that might happen here and assist our people in ensuring that they do get some shelter, especially those who cannot afford. But in this regard, you can see that they were business people. That's why they are able to then book for themselves, and others would then indicate. We have situations in the other areas in the same area where our own people are affected also, which then becomes the direct responsibility of government to assist them, which is a process that is currently ongoing. I can confirm that Public Works is on the ground at Extension 5, for an example, to ensure that it helps clearing the area where water can then flow in out of the area.
Yeah, and as you mentioned earlier, Pule, concerned that the rain is not over, so this crisis could indeed worsen. Thank you very much for that update. Pule Treaty Jones in Bloemhof in the Northwest Province.